What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Kai here, back again with another video for y'all. So, before I get into today's topic, I want y'all to go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and drop a comment, alright? So, with no further ado, you probably saw by the title of this video, but today's topic is, are you okay being used for money by women? This goes out to all my fellas out there, right? So there's a couple different angles and ways I want to talk about this particular topic, and then at the end, I hope that everybody can drop me a comment and let me know your thoughts about it, because this is something that is very reminiscent of what's going on in today's society, and it's not something that's talked about really. It's almost like one of those things that's taboo and people know what's going on, but they don't want to talk about it. So let me approach this from the angle of kind of with an expat vibe, right? Because I'm living in Colombia. I've been living in Colombia for almost 2 years, and a lot of what I'm talking about is in relation to Colombia. So when I say, are you okay being used for money? Yes, this happens in the States, but it's kind of like an epidemic in Colombia. And a lot of gringos, they hit me up and ask me questions about it. So anyway, I want to start from the viewpoint of the narco culture. The narco culture kind of created this lifestyle of women using their looks to obtain material possessions from wealthy men. You know, if you watch Narcos and if you watch a few other series or movies like that, you'll see a lot of parties where narcos or drug dealers were, you know, partying with women. A lot of times they're referred to as putas or just chicas or things like that, right? So these are women kind of like the strippers of the U.S., you know what I mean? They're kind of there for partying. You know, they are beautiful women. Usually the most beautiful of the women can be a part of this group because it takes looks to attract these types of men, right? They're willing to spend their money. And this is not something that I made up myself. You know, real Colombian people have told me that this is a result of the history of the drug dealers living lavishly in the country of Colombia. So this is something that even the older generations of Colombians, they are familiar with this type of culture and these types of women that really they don't work. They just try to use their looks to get what they can out of life, right? And that's fine. You know, I mean, not every man has to work for whatever reason, but you know, not every person in this world has to work. Some people have inheritances. Some people inherit amazing beauty, and that does the work for them. So it's just how it is. So fast forward to today. So gringos have pretty much filled the place of the narcos, which still exists, but no longer promote that lavish lifestyle publicly, right? So you don't really see the narco, the drug traffickers and everything out and about partying freely, right? I mean, maybe you might see them out here in Colombia, but they're a lot more low key. I mean, I would assume they're some of these guys that you see driving Mercedes-Benz and wearing a lot of designer, they either have a legit business or sometimes it could be fake businesses. Not fake businesses, but illegal businesses, I'm sorry. But you see a lot of people that have a lot of money, a lot of wealth here in Colombia, and I'm not stupid enough to assume it's all legit. Just like in the States, actually in the States, I find that more of the people that are flashy with their money are doing something illegal or something, you know, that's not all above board, right? Because it just tends to be that people that earn their money in a more business way, either owning or managing, founding a business, they don't usually have a very flashy lifestyle. But there are exceptions to that rule. There's definitely people that own and run businesses that are successful in the States, and they look like they're very successful. Well, not look like they're very successful, but they wear a lot of expensive clothes and live an expensive lifestyle. Whereas though like I said, there's also a lot of very wealthy people in the States that don't. And I feel like the majority leans on the side of people that don't show their wealth in the States, because in the States, just like here, it can draw the wrong type of attention for you. So, you know, when you are flashy like that and you're attracting those that much attention, it could be good or bad, right? So, in the U.S., there is a lot of discussion about the idea that men should or have no choice but to sponsor women, especially beautiful women or women who have a perceived sense of status. Usually the status that I speak of comes from Instagram fame. So yeah, in the States, I mean, right now, more so than when I was a kid coming up, there wasn't such a importance over your social media profile and things like that. And I feel like today, women kind of use social media, especially Instagram, and this is worldwide, but mainly in the States is where my experience comes from. But they use their Instagram as a way to kind of attract men, right, and kind of assign themselves to a certain status level, right? If they're always popping bottles of 1942 and they drive a Mercedes and they're on trips every weekend and they wear designer clothes and this and that, they're usually posting this stuff almost, you know, a few times a week. And they're, you know, posting things like that on their story. So they're promoting that this is their lifestyle and this is what they're used to. And so kind of with that, there's a culture in the States where it's like women have now kind of started to shit on men in a way. It's like, if you are living this type of lifestyle, then you don't deserve to be with me. I'm not sure if it ever was, but it's definitely not so much about a connection anymore. If you connect with somebody or anything like that, like I've been on that, but it's more so like now it's like, do we have similar interests? Can you handle, you know, my type of the lifestyle I want to live? These are the questions that women and men are asking in relationships nowadays. It's not so much about falling in love and the fairy tale. Like I've been through that for a long time, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just now I feel like we're really at a point where people are so bold and abrasive with what they want, and it's so out loud. They're so loud about it now. It's not like it used to be, where it's like a woman might want these types of things, but she didn't have a way to promote it and to make it seem like she expected this type of lifestyle. But now with Instagram, a lot of dudes will see some of these women and the lifestyle that they're living, and the dudes already know that this woman is probably going to be out of their league or out of their price range, if you will. So yeah. Basically, to me, it seems that society has begun accepting the idea that these women deserve to be treated like queens, and you never see an ugly ass girl living this lifestyle. You know what I mean? I mean, you'll never see that. So to me, it directly correlates to looks. And this is not, you know, me just making something up. I never see women that are not considered, you know, 8s, 9s, and 10s living this type of lifestyle on Instagram and going on trips and wearing designer and driving the finest cars and eating at the finest restaurants and stuff. So I'm gonna go out there and say what we already know. We all know this, but it has to do with looks, and that is your ticket to eat at this table of luxury, right, in today's world. So I think there are two very different viewpoints that persist on this topic, and I think it's the amount of money or disposable income a person has that is the deciding factor for which side of the view they argue with or agree with generally. So what I mean by that, people that have a lot of money, or they can spend money without caring. It doesn't matter to them. So they might argue the point like, oh, stop complaining. That's how the world is today. You need to get your money up, type of thing. Whereas the people that have to work very hard for their money and don't have enough money to just buy a woman or take a woman shopping for designer clothes constantly and sponsor her with a very nice car and take her on trips and have a huge house and all this type of stuff. For these types of dudes, this is a subject that is very hard to deal with, because they may have aspirations, to achieve very good things in life, but they just plain don't have that type of money, and they don't have a way to make that type of money. And while there's a lot of opportunities and ways to make money in today's world, for some people it just doesn't come that easy. And it's not because they don't work at it or not hardworking people. It's just their situation in life. So people that have the money to support such tricking and sponsoring, they don't seem to have a problem with it, obviously, because if you can't afford to do so and it doesn't hurt your pockets, then what is there to complain about, Don't these broke boys just need to work harder and get their money up? That would be kind of the viewpoint of somebody that's rich and that's got the money to live this lifestyle already. And like I just explained, I don't think it really equates to like that, because people have different lives. You just don't know what it took for each person to get to where they are in life. And so people on the other side who don't have that type of money, that can support themselves and a high maintenance woman, probably disagree with this ideology. Rightfully so, being that we live in a society that is not exactly fair, and a little luck can come in handy in today's world. So what do I mean by that? We don't know the specifics of everyone's journey to where they are in life, but I think it's safe to say that sometimes people can take the road that is tougher with less results, and some others take a road that may not have been the most challenging, but comes with immense financial rewards. So if someone happens to hit the lottery and wins $20 million and they're not an idiot and they actually know how to invest it, it's not like they had to work their ass off to build a business. Or, for example, if we look at Donald Trump, for example, his father gave him the seed money to start his initial businesses, and yes, he failed and tried again, but his dad also instilled a business mind into him, so he knew how to risk it all and make it right back. Whereas though a lot of people, their parents are not risk takers, and they never learn how to take those risks in life, and so they kind of grow up with a different type of mentality in terms of how to earn money. So when we take a step back and look at this in relation to relationships between men and women, it's safe to say that women care much more about the results than the journey. So women don't really look for the guy that had the character building journey. They more so look for the man that has the results, right? And by results, I mean they have the financial ability and freedom to support them or do whatever the hell they want, basically. Which is why generally women will be with the guy that can provide the material things that she desires, but may lack the most desirable facets of one's personality. For example, honesty, loyalty, charisma, and looks. So a woman will overlook these things: charisma, looks, loyalty, personality, for a guy that might be a shithead and ugly as hell, but he's got enough money to take her out to Ruth Chris every night, go shopping, and go on trips every weekend and get her a Rolls Royce or whatever, right? So this is the life we live today. This is the world we live in. So now that we have arrived in today's day and age, My question to the men out there is, are you okay being used for your money? To be with a girl that are more attractive looks-wise? Are you okay with being used for your money to be with a girl that is very attractive looks-wise, right? And for me, at a high level, I feel that cooperation is the most important thing. So while I expect to spend money on a woman at all times, I don't expect to support their shopping sprees or lavish trips just for sex, because generally you still don't get legit cooperation when you entice women this way. So I like to entertain women that are very attractive, of course, but they must be attracted to me and who are willing to cooperate with me on a high level to keep me happy while showing extreme interest in me. This is the type of behavior I like to reward personally. And if you do these types of things, I have no problem spending money on you, but I know when I do spend money on you, it's not gonna come off as me tricking on you. It's gonna just strengthen the bond that you have for me and make you more attracted to me. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments, man. I had to bring this topic to you guys. I'm very interested to know what everyone's got to say. So get at me, man. Follow me on Instagram. Like this video so that it can reach more people. Comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'm out. It's your boy Kari. Peace.